Greetings and welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. Wow, first time for a while we've had like piles of news. It took me a while to get through it, and I had to throw out some of the privacy news and such as well. I hope you guys are all likewise enjoying your start of your weekend here. This is the start of the first weekend. I mean, at least I am actually surviving right now. That's a good sign, you know. And for some reason, the comment feed is not aligning exactly the way it should. Oh, well, that's good enough. That's good enough. All right, let's see if all of our everything else is lining up quite right. Nope, of course not. Let's do a couple little lineups here. And now we'll go back to our comment feed, line that one up once again. There we are. That's a little bit better. That is better indeed. All right. Well, how is everybody doing today? Oh, I can't see my thermometer. It's not super cold in here. It's pretty warm, in fact. I unfortunately had to keep the doors closed some of the time today. It gets really hot in here when I have to do that. Let's see, 12.9 volts on the batteries. A little lower than I thought I might be, but it's all right. Still pretty good. Oh, boy. Jeffrey, are you 50 and over? Then you qualify for our Apple ER tier button. That way you, too, can say, I'll eat McDonald's fast food and can't get up. The location thing is already in it for $1, you know. Had a package due from FedEx, and they left it without being signed for somewhere. It's not here, and no one has seen the truck all day. Yep. How exciting. That is certainly a problem. Today we enter the new world of online communications with Android at the helm, using H96 TV box in the video because Roku won't display live chats. Entering the comments with a Raspberry Pi Zero. The cat is growling. Hey, kitty, stop growling. Thank you. Cats over here like, wow. Let's see. Switching each system out. Do the medical device post about devices possibly interfering with medical devices. Oh, I think some CPAP machines are on recall right now. Double check that if you use one such machine. I think that's for sleep apnea. So some of those are on recall, I've heard. I've not seen any confirmation. I just have a friend who uses one and mentioned that in passing about 20 minutes ago. So pass that on. Running Linux on all the Macs right now, but going to move those external SSDs to my new computers when the time comes. Switch Windows will now fall off to the PowerPC zone. For the Peter Crushing 1984. Greetings, sub-creatures. How's it going there? Ash and Snap. What's up, Snap? Greetings, Moonbase Alpha Grays. Howdy to you, Luis. Not Gary says, hello, world. Have you been programming all day? Not Gary. Early double catter. Yeah, there's a very limited amount of places cats can go here. Actually, I did have to commandeer one of the cats because they actually like they like sitting up front. When we're not going anywhere, they've kind of co-opted the driver's seat when they're when the van is not moving, and we got this kind of stuff going on. Let me see if I can brighten that up for you guys so you can actually maybe see it. Oh yeah, there you go. That would be two cats. Probably can't see it well from the green screening, but that's the cats each one taking the driver's seat up. Driver's seat and the passenger seat. So it's going to be a crazy bumpy ride. I don't think that thing has a license. Fat cats. That's right. Since when do I have two cats? I've always had two cats. One of them is very camera shy. But when you live in a small space, it's really hard to get away from the other camera. Especially when there's all these cameras floating around. You got multiple cameras in this place. I can't get away from the cameras. Currently doing some programming. Just going to have this play in the background. Very good. Well, greetings. Every now and again, I'm going to say semicolon, and you'll drop in a semicolon, and it'll break your whole program. It'll be epic. Anthony McDonald, greetings to you. Kenny, how are you? Volume is very low, really. Huh. Is volume low for everyone else? Volume is maxed out on my system. I can go up a little more. Let me go up a little bit more. It should be fine. How's volume for everybody else? Let me know. Hello, Casey. Greetings from Canada, the non-free state of Canada. All right. Found out that I need a second back surgery to correct a slipped implant. No, that's not good. Is it strange to upgrading my CPU fixed an audio program? Not necessarily. Well, hello, Juan. Dan Kelly, hello. How are you today? All right. Well, this is terrifying news. Also, tomorrow I will be doing a video. I don't know yet. It's not recorded yet. I need to download a 3.3 gigabyte file to try it out. So volume is fine. People are saying volume is loud there. Okay, so it might just be a volume issue. Volume's good for everybody else. All right. Hello from Chile. How's it going there? So I want to download the file on my friend's internet here tonight if I can, or tomorrow morning if I can. And what we'll probably do is live stream at some point in time tomorrow. I just don't know exactly when, so keep an eye out. If I can swing it, we'll do the 12 o'clock spot. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Anyway. And today we have Bigelow Cinnamon Stick Tea, one of my old favorites. If everything's slanted, I'm actually parked on a little bit of an incline, but that's okay. It was the slightly flatter. It's not too much flatter, but it's under a pine tree, and I found I get a lot of pine sap. And I don't want to have to clean pine sap off of things. So, Silver Adventure, greetings. Right now, eating spicy tomato soup audio also sounds fine to you. All right, let's get all those yawns out of here, and then we'll go ahead and push the record button. Make sure my audio is balanced as well. I had the pan was messed up the other day, but I think we're good. Panning is good. Now, the only thing I use for Microsoft is Xbox Series S and 360. I only install Windows if I need it for a specific game, and then remove Windows when you're done. There you go. All right, let's go ahead and jump on into our privacy stuff. Starting over here, and let me find our affiliate. There we go. All right. Greetings, volume is good. All right. I guess everyone's saying the volume is good, so there we have it. Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. These are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then, of course, we will edit out the clips, put in little timestamps there, and then release it on the world in smaller clips. But anyway, today is the privacy and just a couple of brief security items as well. And so what we're going to do is start in with just a couple of updates. First, Zoom reaches an $85 million settlement over user privacy and Zoom bombing. The Zoom bombing, I don't necessarily see that as Zoom's problem, except for the fact that maybe they could have had passwords set by default, and that would have been way more annoying. But they did say that they were end-to-end encrypted, and they were not, and they were giving data to Facebook, Google, and LinkedIn. And basically what happened here is a whole lot of data was collected. And so what happens is subscribers in this class action would be eligible for 15% refunds on their core subscriptions, or $25, whichever is larger, while others could receive up to $15. So you have given up all of your data to big tech, and there's no necessary requirement that they had to delete it. So they basically just paid you $25, which is an absolute steal from what Amazon is going to offer, so that we will see later on in the news. But we do have a couple more updates. Google has a class action lawsuit, is paying out $2.15 for Google privacy violations. $2.15. All of a sudden, that 25 sounds like a great deal. But that's getting paid out now. Woohoo! Everybody, take your $2.15 and I guess go to Walmart and buy 2 candy bars. I guess 1.5 candy bars, I think. This is kind of an update. Apple started to expand digital ID cards across the United States and Canada, and this is kind of an update article. Colleges across the United States and Canada are adopting virtual student IDs, so they're completely tied into all of your Apple accounts that every one of you should be deleting, and you will completely see why you should all smash your Apple devices against hard rocks, like, immediately. Of course, on not responsible if you do that, but let's see if I can persuade you that Apple is no longer, I mean, if it were ever a trusted company, it is no longer a trusted company. They got all 1984 on you. We'll see more about that. But the idea here is that no matter what your school was, several schools throughout the country, United States and Canada, start tying in their college IDs with your Apple Pay system. So, you could pay for your food and stuff with Apple Pay, and just the whole variety of other things that you can do with your Apple ID and such. But you can use your phone for your ID, for whatever else, which of course you might need to go to the cafeteria, get into buildings, all these types of things. So this is now Apple tracking everything you're doing. If you don't have Apple, Android phones will be able to use some Google Play access, not quite as robust through the cards. But anyway, those are some of the things that are starting to creep on. And the problem you have with this type of stuff here is that it starts to creep in, and they don't have to sell you as the end user. They just have to sell your college, and then you happen to be an SOL kind of guy. And so there we have it. And I believe that this starts in on our new news. If you thought that $25 was a great deal to get for privacy, well, what do you think about Amazon? They are offering you $10 in Amazon store credit if you go to one of their kiosks and scan your palm print. Are people actually this stupid? Yeah, Amazon, take my palm print, scan it into your system. That's right. Make my bio IDs. Give me my $10. Woohoo! Woohoo! I got $10 now, guys. $10. I'm going to pull a Dave Ramsey here. If $10 changes your life, you got serious problems. $10 in our modern day. I mean, come on. That's 2/3 of an hour for work if the Democrats have their way. I mean, really. Yeah, do you value your palm print at $10? So the idea here is that it is the Amazon Go stores, but there's a variety of different things. Amazon Go, Go Grocery, Books, Whole Foods, all sorts of places where you can pay with a scan of your hand. Well, they're giving you $10 to incentivize people to go ahead and give them the scans. But why? What on earth would possess you to do this? I mean, really? I mean, $10. The comments are glorious. Nice try, Bezos. That's no for me, dog. Of course, Bezos is no longer in charge of Amazon. So sorry, Zipper Boy, but that's really not accurate. Oh boy, a month free in Amazon Prime Video. Woohoo! Just become assimilated. Resistance is futile. You will be assimilated or you will be destroyed. What's scary? How many people will make this trade? No thanks, Bezos. You know too much already. I've always said use an ID card or to pay for the products to have your best ID on you, especially the technology advances. Palm read technology, which reads blood vessels and fingerprints at the same time, so you just can't be copied yet. Is this guy, okay, I've always said, why use a card for products? He's either a really good troll or he's a really stupid individual. So that's what the devil offers for soul these days. Kind of cheap, don't you think? Well, it is Amazon. Were you expecting a deal? Of course. Oh, anyway. Oh, yeah, this guy says ransomware on biometric data soon. There you go. What's next? Send in saliva for 100? Come on, just report to the local police station for a rape kit or something. Give it to Amazon. You'll give you like 150 credit plus 2 free movies. Not that you can buy, mind you, just streamable. They'll kill them if you ever close your account or whatever else. Well, Google is kind of frustrated that people just aren't buying into the Nest cameras and paying the subscription fees, so they're hoping a less restrictive subscription requirement will entice more buyers. So now Google Nest Cams can record video without a monthly subscription. They also do now have the capability, this is a good point, they do now have the capability of recording into a local drive instead of on the cloud, although I'm not sure if that's local or supplemental, because their idea here was, oh, well, if the internet goes down, you don't want to lose the footage or whatever else. And so this is why. I don't know. But anyway, you could pay the subscription still for more stuff. They have the Nest Aware. Okay, Nest Aware. That's right. That's all I need. I need Google completely aware of everything going on in my house. No, thank you, Google. No, thank you. But you can actually use them now without a subscription plan, things like that. So please don't steal this totally wireless, magnetically mounted camera. You think? I mean, you just hit it with an EMP charge, or you can, go up behind it and give me my camera. So, But anyway, are we ready to see how Apple's going on 1984? Now, I gotta say that what their goals are certainly lofty. But as I've said before, they'll try to get things passed in a place that if you object to what they're doing, you start looking like a bad guy. So here it is. They're doing CSAM. So what this is an evaluation of your device for child material. And so what they're doing is, on a very, very soon update, they are deploying to all your devices, your iPhones, your Apple Watches, your iPads, and your Macs. Some things are saying only iPhones. It is everything if you read their documentation. It's a huge PDF. I scanned through all that. This is a program. It's going to then download a hash tab of known naughty images. So literally everybody's phone is going to contain hashes for all of the naughty videos that the Center for Exploited Children seem to know about. And then it's going to proceed to scan everything on your device looking for such hashes. And if it comes up with a positive, it's going to flag your device for a review from a local law enforcement. What? You're actually deploying this on your devices. Oh, we got to stop the bad traffickers. We got to stop the bad traffickers. So this is called CSAM. The technology, now it is it uses the same system called neural. I'm sure we'll find it here in the platform. It is designed as an AI learning device. That is your red flag, because it starts with, oh, of course we need to weed out these nasty things. Somebody asked in the comment, how likely is a false positive? They say 1 in a trillion, which if you multiply by the number of photos people have, that pretty much means every third person will get flagged. Just an FYI. But here's the thing. It starts with, oh, who would possibly resist this? Well, it's a learning system, and then you can feed anything. Remember how certain presidents said that the WS is the biggest threat in America right now? Those evil supremacists. And of course, Pepe the Frog is considered as a sign of that. Well, what if the government says, we need to know everyone who's got Pepe the Frog on their phone? Yeah, Apple's system can do that. All they need to do is just push you the new hash file. Mr. President, we found some Pepe the Frog on this iPhone over here. Get him! And that's really what's going on with this. Now, obviously, it starts with the noble goals of stopping exploitation of children, which obviously is a good thing. But this is literally turning your device into a giant spy network. If you are still using Apple at this point in time, you have some serious problems. This is the way in to monitor, scan everything you're doing. This is why you don't want to use this. Now, as of now, when it first gets deployed, it's deployed on your devices. It's deployed. Now, this is weird. It says it's deployed on everybody's devices, but it will only scan if you're connected to iCloud. For now. They're very clear on that. So Matthew Green is an associate professor at Johns Hopkins Information Security Institute. He makes claims that this is bad. Okay. Apple's plan to unveil a new scanning tool tomorrow. That might be out today, by the way. Has been verified by Green to numerous sources. The client-side tool will scan CSAM on infected users' devices. It will send any image tagged by it to Apple servers. Your phone will download a database of fingerprints for all bad photos, CP, recruitment videos, MAGA hats, I guess. I don't know. It will search your phone for matches. He says the gadget will hunt for CSAM using a perceptual hashtag. Photos with a hashtag will be sent to Apple's servers. Apple reportedly produced these hashes using a new and proprietary neural hashing method. He says Apple has NCMEC's clearance to utilize it. That is the, I believe that's the Center for National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. So they're literally using their information, their database for now. So initially, Apple is not going to deploy the system on your encrypted images. They're only going to use it on their phones libraries and only if you have iCloud backup turned on. So in that sense, it's only scan data on Apple servers already, no problem, right? The problem is it's going to get further because they have said it's going to go further than that. That's just how they're starting it. This means that depending on how they work, it might be possible for someone to make problematic images that match entirely harmless images, like political images shared by persecuted groups. These harmless images would be reported to the provider. Technology should help catch and eventually stop the distribution and production of bad stuff, but at least within the iOS ecosystem. Again, this is where a lot of these articles just picked up on the EOS. Apple actually has the PDF. You can go read it. It's like 50 or so pages, 30 or 50 pages. I forget. I did skim through it. It is deployed across everything. Everything Apple. This is not just an iPhone thing. This is iPhones, iPads, iWatches, and Mac OS. And so this is really what they're doing. Here is a little bit more about what they're doing. They claim 1 in 1 trillion chance of false positives, which with the number of photos, I meant to see how many pictures I have in my photo library. I would not be a stretch to say I have, 30, 40,000. And I don't take photos nearly as much as many people do. So what they're doing here, let's see. Oh, I thought I had more imagery in this one. So basically how it works is there is actually... This might be the link. Oh, this is the link. Okay. So this is their kind of like Apple thing. So this is the communication message. This is actually the PDF documentation. So this one's 12 pages. So this is how this is working. So it provides Apple does not learn anything about the images. Oh, by the way, they're saying this is done in a way that preserves user privacy. There is no user privacy when you're deploying your software on client devices to search what they have and send it back. This is insane. System overview. So there's a series of these hashes. They send the series of the hashes over to where this green box client device, this is your phone. So there is a list of hashes that your phone gets, and then it scans this list of hashes against the things on your individual phone. So in other words, don't take pictures of hot dogs. And then if it finds something that looks like a hash in here, then it's going to send this up to iCloud, run it through the filters, and then they are saying there's a threshold, but they don't tell you what that threshold is. If the threshold is exceeded, they're going to decrypt the message and send it on to a review with federal agents. Yeah. And so that's kind of how it works. So here is the neural hash of this image, this image, this image. So you have basically the neural hashes. And so, you can read through all the rest of the technical data here if you so are inclined, but it's basically going to scan your device against every photo that's on it, and it's just going to start with that, but there you have it, guys. This is insane. This is the start of 1984. This is a technology that once you're aware of this, you should be immediately making plans to exit us off of the Apple ecosystem, but it's so convenient. This is how democracy dies. This is how democracy dies. When you trade your convenience for your freedom and your privacy. Woe to you. Well, if you want to help support the channel, we do have a series of affiliates. ExpressVPN is a great VPN if you need a VPN for being on the road, if you need it to connect to different servers, break out of geolocations, things like that. Have a look at ExpressVPN, tlm.li/EV. You can connect up to, I think this was 5 devices simultaneously, including a whole router. And so there we have it, guys. You can help support the channel over there. Now let's go ahead and have a look at just a couple of security articles. All right, so have I convinced you to get off of Apple yet, or are we still there? All right, let's see. Silver Ventures. I take some tea. I take some tea as well. All right. Want to install Windows in a VM with a dedicated GPU and only boot it up when it is needed. Better than have it reinstall every time. That is true. I mean, Windows is not exactly easy to install every time you need it. Okay, just not have time to get up running and stuff. Successful Apple, the devil's fruit. Still getting next iPhone. Thanks for the info. Still getting next iPhone. All right, enjoy yourself. I'll get right on it. Thanks. Closed caption. I tried to concentrate on hearing, but too many noises right there. Plenty of coworkers that are stupid enough to give Amazon their palm print for $10 or less. I'd say avoiding fingerprint scanners on devices are also highly suspect. Yes. KK12. Yeah. Now ready. How's it going there? What about the Freedom Phone? I would avoid the Freedom Phone. Have a look at Pizza Loving Nerd did an analysis of the Freedom Phone, since he works with hardware and software on phones all the time, and he is an apolitical person, doesn't care about politics one way or the other. He did a fabulous write-up of it. And I completely agree with his assessment. Just avoid it. It's a phone that they're trying to sell it to stupid people who are so right-leaning that they think that they have to buy things from right-leaning sources. And it ends up being like, Black Rifle Coffee Company, which isn't right-leaning. They were just trying to exploit those people. It's because people on the right are very much like elderly and teenagers. Very, very, very susceptible to marketing and such. I don't know. What if I have an iCloud account that is no longer logged into these Apple products? Will that be scanned as well? Probably. People have already figured out how to spoof the hash to create false positives to get someone flagged. Yep. Considering an iPhone 12 Pro. Not anymore. Yep. It might detect my fetish cartoon image on my phone. Oh! Too much information. Morph. Pepe the Frog. What's that? Where have I been? Yeah, Pepe the Frog, the little frog meme. Luke Smith has him in like every video. But he was considered by the, I don't know, whatever group it is that keeps on declaring that everything under the sun is a hate symbol. That's a sign of white supremacy, apparently. So yeah, absolutely. What does it mean? Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what it means. It is all throughout the articles there. Some serious problems. How Pepe the Frog went from harmless hate symbol. Yep. Okay, great. We had swatting. Now we have police raids. Yeah. Don't all the creepy people use Android anyway? Wasted effort putting on iOS, really. I don't know. I can say I'm not one of those creepy, nasty people, so I don't know what they're using. But I have a sneaky suspicion that upon seeing it, any of them will probably remove all stuff as soon as they see that type of stuff and move it to something else. Now they're going to watch everybody that has a sudden switch of phone device today. Yeah. Oh, is it ironic I'm watching this on an iPhone? No, not necessarily. Literally just got a Mac. Old one nonetheless. Just don't update it. All iPhone will be flagged. Sweatshop. Yeah. Keep my photos on a thumb drive. Yeah. I already asked, but what if I have an iCloud account that isn't logged into Apple products? Yeah, probably will. George Orwell's here. Bastion with a monkey. Joseph, how's it going there? Finally deleted Facebook entirely today. Not just deactivated. I was using it for Facebook Messenger, but I'm more. All right. Welcome to freedom. My only Apple device is my 4K streaming box. They might be deploying it on that too. Just have a look at the documentation. See what it says. Parents would have been screwed. They took a photo of me on a blanket on my belly buck naked when I was an infant. And I think a lot of parents did that back in the day. Yeah, I think so. Get a pine phone. There you go. Green screen again. I liked the herbs too. What's the deal with you being on the road? Do you plan to keep doing that for a long time? Years? I don't know how long. Until I'm done. It's starting to rain. I better close the upper window. Okay, that's closed enough. All right. So I can get $40. Also give them in my other palm my 2 footprints. How about blood DNA? Iris, saliva, heat signatures? Yeah, I'm telling you. Does iPhone think Prime Phone is Android and change messages sent to iPhone to a green color? I don't know. Yeah. Well, let's jump on over to security after I take another swig of tea. So first up, with the help from Google, an impersonated Brave.com website pushes malware. Google's like, yeah, download Brave, guys. Do it. Do it. Do it. So what happened here is, with a valid certificate, by the way, the fake Brave, now note the little dot there above the E in Brave. Brave.com could fool even security-savvy people. So the scam actually worked by utilizing a series of ads. Now, this one here particularly frustrates the bejeebers out of me because if you run like a Shopify store, Shopify seems to be flagged as malware on Google almost all the time. So like if you're running a Shopify store and you plan on running Google ads, you are in for a battle. But apparently you can push literal malware through Google ads and they don't really care. It's just the Shopify sites. Just the Shopify sites. So Google went from Google to malware in 10 seconds flat. So what they did is they got out a series of ads for Brave browser. They matched a lot of things. They went to these custom domains in which would end up redirecting you to the brave.com, which had the little dot above it, and it was almost a perfect replica of the Brave website. And at the download, instead of actually downloading the Brave files, it would download an ISO image and an EXE. So in this, if you open that guy up and open these, you're going to get a payload of malware. So literally it was just done by redirecting through Google Ads, which is why, yeah, ads can certainly be a problem. So there we have it. And the State Department and 3 other U.S. agencies earn a D for cybersecurity. This is the same group that says, we need to take over securing the pipelines and all the critical infrastructure to prevent these hackers from getting in. Well, you're failing your own sites. So 2 years after a damning cybersecurity report, auditors find little has improved. So cybersecurity at 8 federal agencies is so poor that 4 of them earned grades of D, 3 got C's, and only 1 received a B in a report issued in Tuesday by a Senate U.S. committee. It is clear that the data entrusted to these 8 key agencies remain at risk, the 47-page report stated, as hackers, both state-sponsored and otherwise, become increasingly sophisticated and persistent. Congress and the executive branch cannot continue to allow personally identifiable information and national security secrets to remain vulnerable. Yeah, this is my big problem with giving everybody every bit of data that they want. This is why we need really, really small government and why we don't need to have all of this data in the cloud. We don't need to be pushing taxes online. We don't need to be pushing all of this stuff online. We just don't. So Department of State has a D, Department of Transportation has a D, Department of Education has a D. That's just irony right there. Social Security Administration, D. I'm surprised they did that well. Department of Agriculture, C. Health and Human Services gets a C. Department of Housing and Urban Development gets a C. And Homeland Security, at least they get a B. All right. That's slightly comforting. Maybe not. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, these are the groups that want to tell us, hey, man, we need to have, whatever. And so that's, oh, Lordy. This is our government, guys, but they're here to help. Don't worry. You can help support the channel by jumping onto our Subscribestar page, subscribestar.com/switchedtolinux. That'll give you the access to jump in to the live streams, and we're talking about possibly doing some other things in the future as well. So thanks for watching, guys, and hope that you enjoy switching to Linux. All right, there's that. Hello, Spin Viking. Dang it, you forgot. Stacy, you're late. Meant Pine Phone, sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Does iPhone think Pine Phone is Android and change the message sent to iPhone to green color? Well, on iPhone, and I forget which color is which, but one of the messages on iPhone will be green, one of them will be blue. The difference is if you're communicating with another iPhone through iMessage, then it's going to be one color. If you're not communicating through iMessage, it's another. The color communicated through iMessage is end-to-end encrypted. The other ones are not. I think it's green for iMessage, blue for not iMessage, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Missed the stream, 30 minutes of it. Stacy, you got to catch the Apple part. You got to back up a little bit and catch that Apple part because, yeah. Pine for you order only USA. No ads, you're fine. All right. Cheers. Cheers, Juan. Sure, all the Democrats will be giving themselves participation trophies for getting the servers set up. I don't know. No comment. Don't know what they're doing. PinePhone doesn't work with carriers that require Volt. Okay. All the X phone was manufactured by China, including the Vote. The My Pillow guy seems to think votes are counted on the internet. Oh, boy. Still just saying communication with my daughter and a couple of running groups, but I will need to find another way now. Matrix is excellent. Have a look at that. Certainly a thing to do. Yar har har. Yar har har and a bottle of tea. I don't like rum, sorry. All right. Jump on over to busyness. Or shall we say corporateocracy. Woo, it's hot in here. Man. I thought I was able to cool the place down a whole lot more than I did, but I was not able to. Man. Hot in here. Of course, running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights blaring in my face is probably a lot, too. All right. Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. This is the Business Edition and the SillyVille Edition. These are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you'd like to catch the show live. And today, we're going to start with just a couple little updates and then jump on into some business news. First, Mastodon now has an official iPhone app. The downside is it does not allow you to use the various federated servers, but if you're on the raw Mastodon server, you now have the app for that, and their focus is to get more people onto Mastodon. So, of course, I would recommend, based on our previous section, not to use an iPhone at all, so who cares? Anyway, for those that are still involved in that, in the iPhone, go ahead and use the Mastodon app. Okay. AMD and Valve are working together to develop an improved Linux CPU driver that will benefit the Steam Deck. Of course, Steam Deck is based on Arch Linux, so hopefully this will find its way up through the Archies. So we can all have better things. So basically what they're looking to do is an improved driver for scaling on the Zen 2 processors. This should lend more credibility to Valve's claim that the Steam Deck can achieve at least 30 frames per second in all modern games, which shouldn't be too difficult with how small this screen size is, but nevertheless, that is still a good goal. So we're keeping an eye on the Steam Deck here. I'm not a huge gamer. I'm not sure if I'm necessarily the target market for it or if I would even buy one because, yeah, I really don't play games at all anyway. But that being said, this is a huge improvement here for Linux as well. Well, Square is set to buy Afterpay, which offers a buy now, pay later service for $29 billion in stock. Holy crap. They must have some serious uses for this. Of course, Square, competitor to PayPal. I'm not sure either one is necessarily good. But what Afterpay does is that it's a credit type app that allows you to put in payments to buy something up front. Now, the in theory advantage is you're not actually making any interest payments on those. So I'm not sure exactly where or how they're making their money on that. But nevertheless, that is what they are suggesting to do. So who's it? Apple is also reporting on a similar service, the Apple Pay Later. So Afterpay already serves more than 16 million customers and nearly 100,000 merchants across the world, according to a press release. Square and Afterpay expect the transactions close in the first quarter of 2022. Once it is completed, Square will appoint an Afterpay director to join Square's board. So, again, I don't know exactly how they're making their money on this unless they are being exploitive on anybody who misses a payment, which is a possibility. I think also this might be the service that also allows you to donate some extra money as well if you like the service. I can't remember for sure. But we're starting to see a lot of merging and constellation of all of the different tech companies together. Basically, they're all going to do things. Somebody here in the comments says Afterpay makes money for the merchant. So I guess maybe the merchant pays a little bit to have it on Afterpay, assuming that they might not make the sale otherwise. Well, this one's right up my alley. Of course, some of you guys know I used to work in the digital textbook world. I worked for mostly an online homework system. Pearson was one of our big competitors. But Pearson is starting to roll out a major shift away from print to digital, offering Pearson Plus, which is a subscription service to basically have a subscription service for your textbooks for college. Now, other companies have done the same. I thought there was more to this article. Oh, you know what? I think this is one was on this particular browser with the blocks and stuff. It doesn't show the text. My apologies for that. Let me just go ahead and summarize it. The Pearson Plus, they're starting it out for $10 a month, allows you to get one title. So one college textbook, access for a month. Now there's a 4-month minimum. You can also though get the ultimate, which is $14.99 a month, minimum again 4 months. This allows you to access every Pearson textbook. So it's a decent price from that perspective. I don't know exactly how they're making it work because Cengage Learning, one of their competitors, did a similar thing for $60 a month. And in theirs, they had serious problems with the people who write all these textbooks need royalties, and you're not exactly getting a lot of royalties if somebody's paying $14 for every textbook that they make. And to me, this seems like it's going to be cutting it out. In fact, Cengage, I think they had to shut their servers down because they got sued by a boatload of authors. Pearson says, well, they worked on this on the forefront. I just don't know exactly how they're going to be collecting enough money to pay the royalties and everything else. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this service. Well, it is actually cheaper. It is a lot cheaper to access your textbooks with this. The downsides, obviously, it would only apply to Pearson books, so it may force certain schools to do more Pearson texts in order to try to keep costs low for students. But one of the biggest challenges is those of us who have actually took our majors seriously, we like to keep our books. Let me know in the comments here if you kept your college textbooks, if you still have them or not. You might want to flip through them. You might want to keep them for continuing education or refreshing yourself on your majors. You can't do that if you're doing these subscription service books. And on top of this, it's a whole lot harder to read and understand the book in the digital form than it is in the print form. So I'm not a huge fan of this, but at the same time, it is a significant thing in the business news. I wouldn't do it, but it is a really, really good for the cost. So there you have it. And onto our feature story, Microsoft's Windows 11 outreach efforts are not going very well. People are actually a little mad about some of this. So the overly heavy-handed moderation tends to cause more problems than it solves. So basically they did a July 21st live stream. The Microsoft program manager, Arira Carly, is this iCarly? iCarly answered Microsoft tech community users' questions about the final hardware requirements. So people are like, well, you're saying you can't run this on these things, but I'm running it just fine. The problem is a lot of people are not running real Windows 11. So they say, although the hardware requirements, including or not limited to PM 2.0 support, are not enforced for the alpha images, they will be there for the final versions. So we talk about this new hardware floor, what devices are eligible and which aren't, Kylie said, adding, we know that it sucks and that some aren't going to be eligible for Windows 11. She went on to state that Microsoft is imposing the unpopular hardware floor to keep devices more productive, have better experience, and most importantly, have better security than before so they can stay protected in the new workforce. The new workforce. See, they're priming us for the new normal and the great reset already. Despite acknowledging that situation sucks for users, Carly doubled down on the inflexibility of the hardware floor in response to the later questions, saying group policy will not enable you to get around hardware enforcement for Windows 11. We're still going to block you from upgrading your device to make sure device stays supported and secure. In other words, your computer doesn't belong. You should say, excuse me, you don't own a device. We own your device. That device you think is yours, we own it. We'll do with it what we want. So, unsurprisingly, the answers did not seem to go over well with the audience. According to Windows Central, the video top comment read, a lot of these answers came off as super tone deaf. It's looking like Windows 7 will be another Windows 8. Another comment says, again, according to Windows Central, speculated that the seemingly unnecessary hardware requirements are thinly veiled ploy to push new computer sales with corresponding boosts to Windows license sales. Unfortunately, we're left to take various blogs' word that what most tech community users had to say because Microsoft simply disabled comments on the video, deleting all existing comments in response to the negativity. Although the comments are gone, the voting is not, with 27,000 dislikes and only 140 likes as of this afternoon. Yeah, apparently people are not all that happy about Windows 11. People are saying, guys, every other version of Windows, good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. Yeah, Windows 11 is going to suck, guys. Good luck! And it's going to force you all sorts of fun stuff, too. Well, if you want to help support the channel, I do have some affiliates. Linode is what we are talking about today. tlm.li/Linode. You can spin up a whole number of different servers and a lot of other fun things you can do over there. Your own Nextcloud, your own Jitsi server. I mean, I use all these myself personally. You can use my affiliate there. You will get $100 in credit. This will be good for 60 days. You can spin up as many Linodes as you would like in that time. You can play around with it all that you would like. So have a look at there, tlm.li/Linode. Let's go to SillyVille. Oh no, I can't tip my hand yet. Don't look at that, guys. Don't look at that. All right, let's see. Got spyware inside. Yeah. Let's see. I believe it's really time to go back to the base on the dark side of the moon. Nah, Hitler's still over there. Rob Braxman had a great stream a few days ago. Cool. Which one was it? But a Pine phone returned it. It was not the speed, but things like screen flash. I could not get Bluetooth to work well with my car, no matter OS, maybe in the future. Yep. Crisis of politics. I became much more conservative in the last 1.5 years. Help. Welcome. Welcome to seeing what's going on in the world. Oh, the Pine phone earpiece was way too quiet. Yes. All I need is phone calling, so Pine phone is good for me. There you go. My Windows 11 VM is looking pretty good. Feedback on Rob Braxton's work. I like Rob Braxton's work. Yeah. He actually did one the other day using the Nighthawk router. I might actually talk a little bit about what my internet is doing here soon because I looked at the Nighthawk. The reason I did not go with it is it doesn't have the greatest of reviews. It seems like it breaks a lot quicker than other things. And the one that I got is the only one of its size and class that actually has a gigabit port on it. So, Tom doesn't have more watching. I think YouTube is scrubbing his viewership numbers. Oh yeah. I am completely in the YouTube gulag. Yeah, absolutely. Some of the loss of viewership is because of the last few weeks I have not been able to produce pretty much any videos at all. So hopefully we'll fix that, but we'll see. Late, taking a walk with the wife and burning the donut calories. Well, you should have shared the donuts instead, and we would have all helped bury your calories for you. Recommend use Telegram to stay in contact with your daughter. Those running groups. Telegram is better than Facebook in every other way. Or use Signal. Telegram has a few enough slips in it that I'm not super comfortable on recommending it right now. But it is certainly better than Facebook, for sure. Telegram does censor, actually. You can't say Telegram doesn't censor. That was one of the three things. They were doing three things. One of those is they were starting to censor group chats. We did a news article on that. I hate buy now, pay later. I just save, and when you have the money, you pay for it. There you go. Won't touch this. All right. Let's see. Afterpay makes money for the merchant. PayPal has done that for a while now. Leonard, Part 6, had a better reaction to Windows 11. Now have to choose between Signal, Telegram, and Matrix. If you're late on the payment, they will nail you. Yeah, probably. Avoid credit card interest by using prepaid cards. There you go. Some may argue, though, that you're prepaying the interest on prepaid cards. They do cost a little bit more. Subscriptions, OMG, hate it as everything is turning into subscriptions or everything's becoming smart. The other day I saw smart glasses. Yeah, is it Facebook that's coming out with like Ray-Ban smart glasses, I think? Signal and Matrix are more difficult to set up. I actually use Codagram. Telegram is sandboxed on Linux, while Codagram is not. Okay. Codagram. Never heard of it. Yeah, I never have either. Kept my textbooks not for college, but also in high school. There you go. Kept a few, but they got destroyed by basement flooding. Boo hiss, Windows 11. Microsoft lied. Kept my physics and math college books. Now my son is using it for his physics degree. Windows 11 announcement made me install Arch Linux. Translation, DRM. That's right. I got Linux Mint 19 installed on my gaming PC. Very good. It literally is criminal to come with new version with just shuffled chapters or exercises to prevent secondhand sales. Yes. Like to understand Arch Linux, but I consider myself a newbie. It's not all that hard. Play around with Manjaro. It's Arch, just easier. All books needed throughout college were all needed once hired at NASA. How can you reference that which is online when tasked with your reference to keep your job? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I mean, some places you might need them. I mean, I was a college professor, so I was able to get the updated versions without paying for them for all the books we were using. But at the same time, that being said, I still kept some of the old ones anyway. Writing exercises for a student is bloody difficult. Most makes it too easy. Others have ridiculous questions which most students can't answer. Yeah. Windows 11 lasted like 20 minutes on my machine. That bad, huh? Too many questions is bad for boredom, not enough questions, and you can't build up the level properly. I hope that you manage to get a good balance. Hey, I made it to be a college professor. That's all you need to know. Let's not forget about the security holes in the print spooler and NTLM that will never be fixed because it's not a bug, it's a feature. They changed the slogan, Windows 11, it's vulnerable by design. Oh, boy. Windows 11 has proven to be 90% Android, so what is there not to like? Windows 11 is Vista, but with more garbage attached. Oh, boy. Welcome to the family, Randy. Welcome to the family. All right. Let's see. Like what Guardian Linux tries to do, marketing as a gaming system having bloated DE is not my preference, yeah. All right. Don't care for Netgear routers. I think they're grossly overrated, probably. AD is bloated, standalone tile floating manager. That's not the point. They also enable bloated graphics settings instead of keeping it as simple as possible. Use Tox, it's P2P. There you go. Well, my socks are also P2P, so, you know. Telegram requires your phone number to log in. Afterpay is great for people on a low income, saying just save your money. It isn't always an option. After I was. How do they make money? Do you have any idea? Saturday Night Live is funnier when Mike Rose Soft Live. Mike Rose Soft Live. There you go. Ha, you got me. You got me. I know Telegram is being censored by Apple and Google on the smartphones, but not on the desktop. No, it's not having to do with Apple and Google, unless you're talking about the specific apps. But yeah, it's the group chats. They're monitoring the group chats and are censoring that. I just told my friend when you have Windows 11 and that if you do not call me as I don't do Windows, just switch to Linux and then I'll be able to help. There you go. Hello, Matei. How's it going there? Looks hot in that van down there. Oh, it's hot. It's pretty hot. My green screen, though, is covering my thermostat, so I can't tell you. I can tell you what my batteries are at right now. We're at 12.8 volts. That's actually pretty low. Apple is not a good boy anymore. That's right. Netgear used to be great 10 years ago. Avoid them now. Yeah, I've never really had good luck with Netgear stuff. They always broke pretty quick for me. Prepaid cards work to purchase almost anything on the internet except for paid subscriptions. Getting to the thermostat there. I go up and push the button, but, you know. My battery is at 25C, and that usually runs about 5 degrees cooler than the rest of the van. So, Afterpay charges the merchant. The merchant then passes on a small fee to the customer. Okay. So I guess that qualifies as interest-free. I don't know. Tom, you got to get you some strong fans. Well, I have really strong fans. It's just I don't run them during streaming because it makes a lot of noise. Usually I can get the van cooled down really low, but it was an impossibility today with a lot of the other things that I had to do today. So anyway. All right, let's go to SillyVille, guys. Let's go to SillyVille. First up in SillyVille, we had to cover an Olympic story. So Instagram blocks Elaine Thompson-Herah for posting videos of her own gold medals. This is where the copyright goes insane. So the Olympics owns intellectual property rights for footage of games. So a sprinter wins a gold medal and wants to show it on Instagram and gets blocked for it. That in and of itself should be criminal. I'm sorry, Olympics. You wouldn't have nothing without these athletes. You got nothing. If you cannot carve out an exception for the athletes having a photo of them and their medals on their own their own accounts, screw you. This is why I really don't get involved in any form of sports or crap. They're giant money pits. They're nothing more than that. They are exploitative to the end. You want to talk about missing exploited children? How about missing and exploited brain cells? But yeah, there you go. So Instagram is censoring athletes from their own photos because it contains a medal. That is criminal. Well, TikTok is now your new in-flight entertainment option on American Airlines. Lord help the world. What's on the movie today, stewardess? There is no movie. You get to watch 30 minutes of TikTok. That's all you get for free. I think this is a deal with TikTok to give this to them to try and hook people on it. Ooh, I don't have TikTok. Let's get some TikTok going. Ooh, and then you'll come off there. I need my TikTok fix. So yeah, going on an airplane now. No more movie. It's TikTok. Our brain cells are dying as we speak, guys. Our brain cells are dying as we speak. Launch a trial that gives passengers access to free in-flight Facebook Messenger. Lord. Do we really need free Lord. All right, well, anyway. Enough said about that. This is insane. Gigabyte has a new 1200 watt power supply that has an LCD panel. Why do you need an LCD panel on your power supply? That's insane. Totally. Of course, somebody asks, can it play Doom? Not yet, but we're working on it. I'm going to play Doom on your screen? No, on my power supply. Okay. Core component of every desktop build. They generally aren't all that stirring. Hey, my power supply, I have a button. I can push it to turn on an LED light. I can push it to turn the light off again. Epic. I can't reach the button right now though because of where the power supply is. So yeah, why do we need an LCD? Can we come up with some good reasons why we need an LCD screen? I mean, sure, I get it. Status, power, how much power is it pushing? Any errors? Maybe, but it's just getting weird. It's not stupid. It's just weird. And yes, we will cover it when I see this thing being able to play Doom. Well, a man violates a restraining order by renaming his estranged wife's Napster playlists. Touche, sir. Touche. I believe he was arrested for it, in fact. Ohio man harassed his estranged wife through a shared Napster. Okay, if you're sharing something with a estranged wife who has a restraining order, say, give up the passwords, all right? If you really need Napster after all that, go get yourself Napster on your own account, okay? So he evaded a no-contact order by changing the titles of the playlists. The Ohio 8th District Court of Appeals outlined the case in July 29th ruling, which was flagged on Twitter by writer and attorney Eric Goldman. It's an example of how metadata can become a vector for harassment outside major social media platforms, echoing long-standing problems on other services like Spotify. Spotify just don't share passwords. If you're divorced, that means separate. All right. I guess it says estranged wife, so I don't know. According to the court ruling, he admitted to reaching out to his wife through their Napster account that both of them could access. Court had issued a temporary protection order against Dunn in 2018, prohibiting him from contacting his wife through any means. Dunn violated the order by renaming the music playlist. One was changed to, I Want Us to Work. Do you? Another says, I love you more than ever. Do you still love me? He pled no contest to aggravated menacing and violence. Okay, guys, when that is aggravated menacing, I mean, I guess when calling a person by their non-preferred pronouns is considered violence in this crazy upside-down clown world, then I guess renaming Napster playlists could be aggravated menacing and violating the order, although he later unsuccessfully attempted to withdraw and appeal his plea. At his sentencing hearing, he claimed he hadn't understood the rules of the temporary restraining order or protection order, despite explicitly agreeing them beforehand. I figured out the hard way, unfortunately, he said. Court records indicate he was sentenced to probation. Kitty, what's wrong with this world? Oh, Lord. So, yeah, just a note, if you have a restraining order against somebody and shared accounts, don't be going in there and changing all those playlists. Now, guys, Microsoft Edge browser is getting a super duper secure mode. Further demonstrating the infantilization of America, we are becoming a bunch of super we get super duper secure mode. What is this? A Mel Brooks movie? Ludicrous mode! Ludicrous mode! Oh, Lord. So I read through all this nonsense. You know what it basically is? So, take down this. So it boils down to JIT. So this is just-in-time compilation pipeline for JavaScript. This is something that is supposedly used to perform web browser performance on Chrome-based browsers. In other words, it's something that Chrome-based browsers have that Firefox doesn't. All the super secret mode does is it disables this, basically turning Edge into Firefox. This is euphemisms out of control. Super duper secure mode. You're just removing just in time. They found 45% of the bugs. Most of the problems were with this thing. Maybe you should just turn it off. I mean, there's a thought. After running automated tests for PowerShell, let's see. What's going on? So regression and improvement. So impression. So page load up 9. So after running some automated tests, startup memory usage, and page load times, the researchers found turning off JIT led to improvements in some cases and slightly lower performances in others. Memory usage doesn't change all that much, while startup time improves around 9%. As for page load times, the worst case observation arm was 17% slower, while in the best case scenarios, they're actually improved 9.5%. Power usage is a similar story, with some tests showing 11.4% increase with JIT turned off. So there we have it, guys. Microsoft Edge now has the super duper secure mode. Super duper secure, guys. Epic. Let me know. Well, you can help support the channel. Have a look at our Patreon page, patreon.com/TOMM. That's TOMM. And so you can join us over there, and this will support all the different channels that I have. If we add, remove, whatever else, those will be reflected on there as we get to rolling it out. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux. All right, there we are. Just go commando. It'll solve your heating issues. No, that doesn't work for guys. We get sticky hot dogs when we go commando in a hot van. Yeah, there's also going to be higher prices, and look at the fine print. They profit off people making late payments. They're predatory. Okay. Have since changed that policy. They're now allowing athletes to post footage. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Thank you for the update. So do I. Manjaro KDE is my personal preference. Everything KDE Neon has, but faster, more performant. All right. Sportus delightus. Same here. I do not. Same here. I do not sport because I could not show off all those gold medals I would require. Oh, so modest you are. So modest. No, you should just revise that a little bit. Instead of saying that, say I do not sport because I want other people to win gold medals too. I mean, humble brag. The humble brag. I'm proud of their accomplishments. God forbid they dedicate their lives. Are you sure this is not a form of torture? All of it? I don't know. Casey Tom lives in the van, so it is not like his neighbors are peeking through the windows. Actually, I didn't put up my blinders on the back, so someone could be peeking in there. I'll have to put them up. Oh, well. Dear God, TikTok. That's so cringe. I'm glad I can't afford tickets to airplanes. Help people out with Linux, but these days I don't know much about Windows. Also, Windows 10 really gets on my nerves. Can't find anything on it. Yeah. Guess the switch to Linux can tolerate higher temperatures than me. I melt above 21. Yeah, it's probably close to 31 in here right now. Newest Raspberry does double send messages. Debian at its best. What do you mean does double send messages? It's what pro sports have always been. It's a money racket and a business. Can I run Crisis? I don't know. I don't know how to use Windows anymore. I go to my friend's house running Windows. I feel like a fish out of water, pulling my hair and going, grrr. Why an LCD on a power screen? Same brain dead reason people need LGB and everything else. Okay, fair enough. I would say an LCD on a power supply might be slightly useful than an LCD on your like, refrigerator or something. Sports, but only use sports. I don't know much about these kids anymore. To go with the LED bling. There you go. Yeah. See, the problem with the LCD on a power supply being it sits in a place you would never view. Yeah, that's a good thing. It depends, though. A lot of these more modern cases, everything's all clear, so I get it. Airlines should at least use YouTube instead of TikTok, yeah. See, 2 or 3 digit error code on a power supply, but this is way too much. Yeah, probably. Next, I'll need a webcam and a fingerprint reader on your power supply. Yeah. Scan here to make sure you're the right user. Like the little children's version of YouTube, yeah. If your pain just felt like things went too much effort. Okay. Five years old. Where are the adults? I don't know. Super duper, yeah. Violating a restraining order because you rename a playlist? Come on, that's ridiculous. Yeah, just leave it to the spousal abandonment and let them be. Ludicrous Speed, go! Isn't Ludicrous Speed Go? I don't know. I've not seen that movie in years. Did not know there was a streaming service called Napster. All I could think of is the old P2P Napster. Yes. Mostly, though, they do WMA files. Chromium Edge is now ahead of Firefox in downloads for some reason. Probably because Windows pushes it everywhere. I mean, they'll give you a lot of update, like a lot of pop-ups for it. I've been hit with JIT. Uh-oh. Kid had Super Pursuit mode. Must be related to Edge, I guess. Security's become a buzzword to scare and control people. Security is good, but it's rotten to the core now. Yeah. Super duper sounds like former American president talking. Well, at least he doesn't eat crusty pudding off his face in a press conference. Excuse me. Detoxing from some of the clips I saw this week. Torture comment was talking about TikTok Airlines. Yeah. Justin Bieber took a TikTok Airlines flight. Announcement came out is we don't get $1 million. We have Mr. Bieber sing for you. They collect their $25 million. Yeah. I went to another donut shop after burning calories from last. Eating this one for me. All right. Well, ship one to me. I mean, come on. Maybe I'll come up and get it. We'll meet you at the border. Just throw it over to me, There we have it. All right. We hit the bottom of the comments. Let's see. Can I find a kitty cam and find a kitty treat? That'd be a good thing to do. Let's see if What? All right. Why don't you come up here? I'm going to do this. Can I do this or not? I don't think I can do this. Come on. Come on, kitty. Come on. Right here. There you go. Watch out. Watch out. I need to get the bag. Uh-oh. We've got a double catter all of a sudden. Oh, right here. And we got this one there and this one there. There you go. Here's a nightmare. Windows installing Chrome out of the box because Edge needs it. No! That's all we get, buddy. That's all we get. You got your 3. You got your 3. If the other cat liked to lick the fingers too, she'd get licks too, but oh well. She doesn't. Right, cat. Right, cat. All right. Rule, you don't do 50 push-ups per donut. There you go. Maybe I should go get donuts tomorrow. I might. I haven't had like junk food all week. Still recovering though. Like, I think I feel recovered. I just accept the whole like, oh, taking antibiotics kind of sucks. I see cats. 2 double catters and 1 broadcast. That's right. And she's retiring to the front of the cabin. She's like, all right, I got my stuff. I'm out of here. Oh, he's going to stick by, though. The other guy's going to chill with us for the rest of the night. All right, fine. Thought my cats are fat. Oh, no. Oh, no. This guy here, he's a fatty. Come here, fatty. Show people your belly. Oh. That's right. Huh. That's right. You're a fatty. All right, let's see. This kitty's name is CJ. The other one is TJ. CJ likes the camera. You can remember that. CJ for camera. TJ is no, totally out of here. Have a good one. Absolutely. Eating donuts because of Tom's last stream talking about it. Oh, boy. It's my fault you're eating donuts. All right. Well, I'm going to eat donuts now because you're talking about it. All right. Well, we will see you guys later. Again, we will try and stream tomorrow. If I can pull off at 12 o'clock, we'll do that. But no promises on the timing, but we'll give it our best shot. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you guys later.